Welcome, the spicy ladies. So, the smartest thing she ever did? Totally believing that gut feeling when something felt off? There's like a reason Sigma females don't entertain energy vampires. They've seriously learned that not every smile is kind, not every compliment is real, and not every connection is safe. While others might miss the quiet signs, that tiny shift in tone, the controlling comment disguised as concern, the joke that cuts deep, she so doesn't. Because a Sigma female, she's trained herself to see what others totally ignore. This isn't about being paranoid or cold, it's about being awake. When your peace was earned through, like, actual pain, you stop giving sketchy vibes the benefit of the doubt just 'cause they seem nice. You start trusting that full body cringe around bad energy. You stop calling it mood swings when someone uses love to control you, and justifying emotional games. So over. If you're Sigma, you totally know how exhausting it is explaining boundaries to people who just want access, not understanding. But real talk, you don't owe anyone an explanation for your instincts. Leaving when something feels off? That's not cold. That's self-respect in action. Red flags aren't always loud, okay? Sometimes they're all soft voice and polite gestures. And that's literally why your awareness is your superpower. You see what others miss and you act. That's not just rare, that's unstoppable. Keep honoring that. It's so you. Let's get started, spicy ladies. Number 1, emotional instability disguised as passion. Let's talk about something people rarely admit. Emotional chaos often hides behind the mask of passion. The wild mood swings, the crazy intense declarations followed by icy silence, the constant drama painted as real love. So many people confuse emotional messiness with depth, but a Sigma female, she totally knows better. She doesn't romanticize hot messes. She's not fooled by the roller coaster some call chemistry. To her, that's not passion. That's instability in a glittery disguise. See, a Sigma female has walked through her own fire. She's managed her own storms in silence. So when someone shows up with like explosive emotions and calls it being real, she doesn't get impressed. She gets alert. Because she knows people who can't regulate themselves will eventually try to make her clean up their emotional mess. She can so tell the difference between genuine depth and emotional recklessness. True depth, steady, honest, grounded. It makes room for discomfort without turning everything into WWII. But emotional immaturity, it lives to fight, blame, spiral thin, wrap it all up in words like intensity or I just feel so much. Sigma females aren't afraid of emotion, but they don't worship chaos. They value clarity. They value people who can sit with themselves, who don't explode just to feel something, who know the difference between love and control. So when someone starts shaking the ground just to feel alive, a Sigma female doesn't try to hold them down. She steps back. She protects her peace. She so knows love shouldn't feel like walking through fire daily. And no matter how magnetic someone seems, if their idea of connection looks like confusion, she's out. No second chances. No emotional babysitting. She's not cruel. She's clear. And that's literally what makes her powerful. Number 2. Secret competition. There's this vibe Sigma females pick up instantly. It's not loud, no insults, no open tension. It usually shows up with a smile and a compliment. But behind that, totally subtle competition. It might sound supportive. Wow, you're doing so well. I could never do that. But the tone's a little too sharp. The praise feels more like a sneaky dig, and that's when she knows this isn't admiration, it's jealousy in a pretty wrapper. A Sigma female doesn't compete because she so sees life differently. She's not playing a game she doesn't care about. She's focused on growth, peace, and leveling up. So when someone's constantly measuring themselves against her, trying to outdo her, she doesn't get defensive. She just disconnects. People who secretly compete, usually fueled by insecurity. They belittle others to distract from their own unhealed stuff. But Sigma females don't build their worth on comparison. So when she hears you laughing at someone's pain, mocking struggles, or spilling tea for fun, she doesn't just get uncomfortable. She's so planning her exit. To her, gossip isn't harmless, it's a character reveal. Doesn't matter how nice someone is face to face, if they tear others down off stage, she knows it's only a matter of time before it's her turn. That two-faced energy isn't just messy, it's dangerous, quiet betrayal, and Sigma females don't entertain betrayal, period. Number 3, manipulation under the name of love. There's a kind of love that feels gross. It flatters you publicly, but makes you feel small privately. Sweet words only when you behave just right. Affection traded for control. And a Sigma female, she totally sees it. Manipulation wearing a love mask. She doesn't confuse attention with care. She doesn't fall for compliments wrapped around control. If someone's love involves guilt trips, silent treatment, or scorekeeping, she's halfway out the door, because real love is steady, free. It doesn't demand you shrink. Sigma females are hard to manipulate because they've studied Pioplanat from books, but from surviving stuff most wouldn't get. So when someone dangles love like a reward, giving it when convenient, withholding it as punishment, she doesn't take the bait. She sees the game and nopes out. Manipulators hate boundaries, hate clarity, especially hate people who won't be emotionally blackmailed. That's why Sigmas get called cold, not because they are, but because they refuse to let love become a leash. If someone can't love without strings, she's not interested. She's not here for emotional blackmail, she's here to live. And that means walking away the second love feels like a trap. 4, disrespect in subtle forms. Disrespect isn't always shouting, okay? Sometimes it's a polite jab, a joke that stings, a forgotten reply timed to make you feel small. Most people shrug it off. A Sigma female so doesn't tease, wired to catch what others miss. That shift in voice, the hidden dig in the joke, the pause before saying your name like it's trash. She sees the intention, not just the act, and once she sees it, she can't unsee it. Sigmas have radar for shade that comes with a smile, the compliment that feels like a slap, the silence when you should have been celebrated. It all matters. She doesn't overreact or make a scene, but she remembers. Not to be petty, but because she values clarity. And when someone shows even a flicker of passive disrespect, she takes note. She knows subtle disrespect today becomes open disregard tomorrow. So she protects herself early. She won't call you out to fix you. She's not your respect coach. She just quietly removes herself, not revenge preservation. Being around her requires realness. If your vibe involves jabs, games, or backhanded compliments, she'll ghost before you blink. She's not demanding perfection, just authenticity. Can't give that? No access. Simple. 5. Passive aggressiveness. Passive aggression might look harmless, but to a Sigma, it's a screaming red flag. She sees right through it, the sarcasm dripping with irritation, the sulky silence demanding mind reading. The little digs called just being honest. To some, it's subtle. To her, it's sloppy communication wrapped in immaturity. Sigma females don't vibe with hidden meanings or emotional puzzles. If something feels off, She doesn't argue. She stops giving energy. She doesn't feed silent rivalries. When the energy sours, she lets go. No drama, just quiet distance. Not coldness, wisdom. She protects her space from people who turn everything into a competition. Real connection isn't about winning. It's about presence, honesty, and inner peace. Anything less, she's out. 6. Consistent gossip or character assassination. A Sigma female listens closely, not just to what's said about her, but what's said when others aren't around. If someone's constantly ripping people apart behind their backs, she doesn't laugh or join. She takes notes. Gossip isn't harmless fun to her, it's a character reveal. Doesn't matter how sweet they are to her. If they trash talk others, she knows she's next on the menu. That two-faced game isn't just messy, it's toxic. Quiet betrayal. Sigmas don't tolerate betrayal, even in beta mode. Gossips are usually insecure belittling others to distract from their own issues. But Sigmas don't build their worth on comparisons, so when she hears you mocking someone's pain or spilling secrets for laughs, she doesn't just squirm, she's plotting her exit strategy. To her, trust is sacred. A loose tongue, fast track to losing access. No threats, no confrontation, just quiet retreat. If you can't protect others' secrets, you'll never be trusted with hers. Once she sees that, you're done. Not petty, she just chooses peace over poison every single time. 7. Love bombing followed by withdrawal. Love bombing is like the oldest trick ever. Starts crazy, fast over-the-top compliments, non-stop messages, huge promises. You feel like the center of their universe. Then, poof, energy shifts, texts slow, calls stop. You're left confused, replaying convos, wondering what you did wrong. That emotional whiplash, not love, it's a setup. And a Sigma female totally knows. She doesn't get hooked on temporary highs, doesn't fall for someone just because they come on strong. In fact, the harder someone tries to win her, the more alert she gets. Real connection takes time. It shouldn't hit like a sugar rush and leave you crashing. That push-pull flood you with affection, then vanish so you chase, that's emotional manipulation. A tactic to make you addicted to their approval. But a Sigma female doesn't chase. She doesn't romanticize hot and cold. She sees the pattern and dips. Seriously, someone who actually cares won't confuse you. Love shouldn't be a guessing game. Sigmas value honesty, steady energy, real presenseno fireworks that fade the second you feel safe. She's not bitter. She's awake. She's seen this movie. So when someone tries that intense affection withdrawal cycle, she doesn't panic or beg. She stops showing up. Her peace isn't a toy you borrow and return when bored. Not with her. Never again. 8. Self-victimization as personality. Some people wear victimhood like an accessory, not because they've been hurt, but because they use that pain to control others. To a Sigma, this isn't vulnerability, it's manipulation in camo. And she won't play. She has empathy for real struggle, gets being hurt or misunderstood. But she won't tolerate someone whose entire identity is always wronged, always helpless, always the emotional project. That's not strength, it's immaturity avoiding responsibility. Sigmas don't entertain that. She doesn't nurture martyrdom, especially the kind with crocodile tears and zero effort to change, because deep down, she knows perpetual victims never become heroes of their own story. They'll expect her to do their emotional heavy lifting. She won't sign up to fix what someone refuses to face, won't sit quiet while someone weaponizes pain to guilt trip others. Her strength came from confronting the world, not blaming it. That's her standard. So when self-victimization is someone's whole personality, she doesn't argue. She walks. Not cold, just self-respecting. Growth needs honesty. She won't shrink for someone refusing to grow. 9. People who always need a crowd. Some people literally can't handle quiet, can't sit still, can't go a day without posting, calling, texting. They thrive in crowds not because they love connection, but because silence terrifies them. To a Sigma, major red flag. She sees through it. People constantly needing an audience are usually running from themselves. Their need to be seen, liked, approved, not confidence, it's a distraction. Sigmas don't trust distractions. She finds confidence in knowing who she is, offstage. That's why she struggles to trust someone only alive in a group. If you crumble when the crowd fades, it screams your sense of self is built from the outside in, and that vibe, toxic to her peace. Because people craving constant validation tend to morph into whatever others want. They shift, perform, blend. That works for appearances, but never for anything real, especially not with her. 10. Lack of accountability. A Sigma female doesn't expect perfection. She expects accountability. Own a mistake and grow from it, deep respect. But refuse responsibility, deflect blame, always have an excuse. She sees it for what it is, a dead end. People who can't say I was wrong will never evolve. They treat self-awareness like a threat. To a Sigma, that mindset is dangerous, not because it's loud, but because it's stagnant. She's always refining herself, questioning her beliefs. So when someone refuses to grow, she doesn't waste energy. She protects her peace and moves on. 11. When their intuition feels drained. Some people wait for proof. A Sigma so doesn't. She listens when her body tenses for no reason, notices energy shifts nobody else catches. If something feels off, she doesn't debate herself. She trusts the signal. Her intuition isn't a guess, it's a radar built on experience, silence, and survival. Outsiders might call it too cautious. Really, she's just protecting herself. When your peace drains around someone, it's not a feeling, it's a warning. Sigmas don't wait for proof. They act. No dramatic exit speech needed. They just leave, quietly, decisively. Because peace isn't negotiated, it's protected. The moment you betray yourself to keep someone comfy, you lose more than peace. You lose you. A Sigma female doesn't just draw line-ish, builds unbreakable borders. These aren't scribbled in sand. They're forged in hard lessons, sleepless nights, and choosing real over accepted. You don't wear Sigma female because it sounds cool. You wear it because you've learned peace, popularity, authenticity, approval, walking alone, walking in circles. If you're Sigma, get this. Your strength isn't just in what you handle, it's in what you refuse to tolerate. You don't need a stage. You're not here to perform. You're here to live. So keep drawing those lines. Keep walking from anything asking you to shrink. You're not difficult, not cold. You're clear, and that's what makes you rare. Thank you for watching, spicy ladies. Stay true to yourself. To all you spicy ladies, make life so beautiful. See you next video.